Hi guys, welcome to T Account. In the last two videos I briefly introduced myself and then we discussed definition of accounting process. We differentiated between management accounting and financial accounting. We also talked about the types of business entity and we analyzed the users of financial reports. In this video, if you are interested in these topics and you missed these videos, the links are given in the description. Now in this video we will briefly discuss the elements of financial statements, because understanding of these elements is very important to move to the recording part. Recording is basically for recording the concept of debit and credit is very important, and this is a basic requirement for that. So elements of financial statements start from assets. International Accounting Standards Board defined it like asset is a resource controlled by the entity as a result of past event and some economic benefit is expected from it. Now three main points, main conditions to recognize an asset that we get from this definition. A resource, controlled by the entity. No control, no ownership, no recognition. Okay. Control is very important to demonstrate the ownership. Second is it is a result of some past event resulting from a past event or transaction. You purchased or you built, you did something and you got this asset. Third one is you expect some economic benefit. From it. Now examples. I want to keep it brief so that we can cover the next topic as well. For example, land and building. You purchased it 6 months back. This is a past event. You are using it right now for office use or some factory, whatever. That is the shows your control, so it is in your control, and then you are using it, getting the economic benefit, or finally when you dispose it off, you will get some money for that. So those funds are basically the economic benefit you will get from it. So we can recognize it as an asset. Motor vehicle. Main examples, commonly you will find it in the TB. Okay, motor vehicle, also you purchased, you are using it for office use, whatever. So a resource resulting from past event is purchase, acquisition, whatever, and economic benefit, you are using it. If you don't have motor vehicle, you will have to rent a car and you will pay for that. So you are saving that money. It's a kind of economic benefit. Or you can dispose it off. When you finally dispose it off, you will get that economic benefit. Then we have liabilities. Liabilities, they define it like liability is a present obligation. Asset is a resource and this is obligation, something burdensome on the organization they don't want to have. Again, it is a result of some past event. resulting from past event or transaction. Third one, the same. Outflow of some economic benefit is expected. To settle it, for instance, to settle it you will have to pay something. Examples are 6 months back you got a loan from the bank or 2 days back, but this is now present obligation. Present obligation because you have to pay. Resulting from past event, you applied, you met all the formalities and you received it in the past. So this is a result of a past event. Outflow of economic benefit. When you go for settlement, after 1 year, 10 year, whenever you go for settlement, you will have to pay that money back to the bank. So that is outflow of economic benefit. So these are the examples: loan, payables. Main examples: payables is you purchased something, used it for the manufacturing or in your office use, whatever, or trading, but you still have to pay for that. Present obligation, event past, resulting from past event, you got those products or services, past event, and now you will have to pay for that. That is economic outflow of economic benefit. We are discussing currently the elements of financial position. We will come to that after this, the financial performance. Now equity. What is equity? Equity is basically what is left for the owners. Residual interest. We also call net assets. Residual interest, to keep it simple, when the business is disposed of or closed, you have to settle all the liabilities. When liabilities are settled, whatever is left for you, that's your owner's interest, residual. Residual interest, we can define it like this. Residual interest is assets, total assets you can say, minus liabilities. Once all the liabilities are paid off, whatever is left belongs to the owners, residual interest. Examples, common examples are share capital, retained earning. Retained earning is undistributed profit, profit earned in prior years but not distributed, kept for future use or some expansion, whatever are the plans of the organization. Retained earnings, revaluation reserve, and things like that. Now all these items belong to the balance sheet. Okay. Now statement of financial position, because we used to call it balance sheet, we still have that in our mind. Otherwise the name was changed long ago, and now we call it statement of financial position, still trying to get used to it. Then we have statement of financial performance, profit and loss. So profit and loss, to put it in simple words, profit or loss is income minus expenses. If you get positive, profit. More income, less expenses, profit. But if you have less income and more expenses, loss. Main elements you need to understand: income. Now Income is any inflow of any economic benefit during the period, during the year, whatever. Depends for what period you are preparing the accounts. Okay. Now, income, any inflow of economic benefit. Other words, increase in assets during the year for the period, or decrease in liabilities. If you have paid more during the year and generated less payables, means you have earned something, added value. Or main examples are sales. If you do make sales of 100,000, either you have got cash. If you made sales for cash, you generated cash of 100,000, or if you sold on credit, even then you have receivables. So increase in receivables, that's our revenue. Rental income, sales, rental income, interest, commission. These are the main examples of income that you can have. When you earn interest, you either get cash from the bank, they add it to your account, or it is still receivable. In both cases, this is an asset. We discussed asset. What is an asset? Asset is a resource controlled by the entity, and economic benefit is expected from it. So when you have increase in these things, kind of income. Opposite is expense. Increase in, or let's keep it opposite, decrease in assets, or increase in liabilities. Now, for instance, because examples can explain it easily, otherwise I'll keep saying that outflow of economic benefit. What is outflow of economic benefit? Decrease in assets. You paid salaries of 50,000. Now, when you pay salaries, you book that salaries expense. But through this definition, you paid cash, or if you don't pay, you put it accrual. Accrual is also a liability. So you will increase liability when you book that expense if you don't pay cash. Either you will decrease asset or you will increase liability. So this is an example of you can say expense, salaries. Why I'm giving examples? Because you need to be clear about these heads, where they are going. Salaries, electricity, maintenance, heat and light. These are the common things you will come across. So you can easily recognize, oh, okay, this is expense, and how to treat it will come to that later. Okay. So briefly, these are the definitions. What are the assets? Assets are resources controlled by the entity, result of some past event, and you expect some economic inflow from these things. And we discussed about the liabilities are a present obligation as a result of some past event or transaction, and you expect some economic outflow of some economic benefit to settle it. These are just definitions, but with practice you will know what these things mean. Now, equity is owner's share, residual interest, net assets, whatever you want to call it. And then financial performance items, income, expenses, incomes and expenses. Incomes are additions, increase or increase in assets or decrease in liabilities. Expense is opposite to that, decrease in assets, you are paying some economic benefit is going out, outflow of economic benefit is expense. Opposite to that, inflow is income. Now, why I was discussing it, because I want to bring you to the next topic, which requires this understanding. You need to be very clear about this. When you are capable of easily recognizing and understanding these things, because a statement is given and you can easily identify whether this item belongs to expense, income, asset, liability, then you can understand the concept of debit credit as well. Now, for instance, we discussed assets, liabilities, then equity, income, expense. If you are told that a motor vehicle is bought, business purchased a motor vehicle, you should be very comfortably in a position to recognize it and tell, okay, this is an asset. Without that understanding, it's difficult to understand the concept of debit and credit. Okay, so the nature of this item, this is asset, and then you have see the loan, they got loan of 100 million. You will say, okay, this is a present obligation, they have to pay this. When they pay, some economic benefit will go. Not always you will recall that definition, but you will keep on seeing these things and you will become very familiar with that. You will say, okay, this is kind of liability. And if you see they received rent of 2 million or whatever, if they received and this is income, then it will go to here, income. Salaries, business paid salaries, you know some economic benefit has gone out, reduction in assets because you paid, cash reduced, so expense. This understanding is the basic requirement for the next topic, and from that topic the recording part of accounting process will start. Still we are in the beginning and this is a bit boring, but we have to keep the beginners with us as well, because we have a lot of challenging topics coming, but we need to take everybody with us. Now, the concept of debit and credit. For that, we discuss these elements of financial statements, balance sheet, profit and loss, and the statement of financial position. For debit and credit purpose, to understand that concept, we put these two elements in one category. There is one rule for these two accounts. Okay, and then we have liabilities, equity, income. Understand very clearly and remember these three have same rule for debit and credit, and the other rule is for these two. Okay, But for that you need to have a clear understanding of those elements, because if one item is given, for instance loan or furniture and fixture, and if you cannot tell whether they belong to asset, liability, equity, income, you will not be able to understand the concept of debit and credit. So make sure you are clear about those things. Now when you see the increase in these two accounts, assets, expenses, impact, the entry will be debit. Okay, any increase in these two items or class of transactions is debit. Opposite to that is increase in these three elements. Any increase in these three elements is credit. Now what is credit, debit? If you come in this profession, you will keep saying debit and credit the whole life. You will never forget it. You can't. To briefly define it, this is a T account. Okay. We also ledger account. For each head, each account we maintain a ledger account. Okay, that is in that form. Now this side is debit and the right side is credit. Okay, any amounts, entries coming on the left side are debit, and the opposite to that coming on the right hand side are credits. What logic? Accounting gurus decided that, because when you start a game you need to set some rules. They said this. They could have decided the other way around, but that's what they have decided. Okay, now whether these items, entries will come on the debit side or credit side will depend whether you are dealing with assets, expenses, or these three. So for instance, if you purchase a motor vehicle, okay, motor vehicle for, let's say, $10,000. Okay, now what happened? First of all, you need to understand the statement, what is happening in this transaction. You are purchasing motor vehicle. Motor vehicle, what is motor vehicle? Motor vehicle account is increasing. If you have one, now you have two. If you did not have any motor vehicle, now you have one. So there is increase in that asset. Asset is increasing. Increase in assets. Okay. So in that account it will be a debit entry. Okay. Now on the other hand, because in all these journal entries, two accounts with they will have dual impact, or each entry will have a dual impact, meaning at least two accounts will be affected with each entry. So with same impact, with same amount, if you debit one thing, some account will have to be credited with the same amount. So whenever you come across a transaction, you will see what are those accounts which are being affected and whether they are increasing or decreasing. So when you can easily understand this impact, the entry will be very simple for you. Now we agreed that we purchased motor vehicle, so motor vehicle increased. Okay, increase in asset is debit. On the other hand, you pay 10,000 cash. Cash is also an asset, resource. Remember, resource controlled by the entity. Economic benefit, you can buy anything with cash. So this is an asset. Motor vehicle increased, cash decreased. So let's say this is a T account for cash, and this is motor. Now when you purchased motor vehicle increased, so increase in an asset is, we agreed, is debit. This is debit, and that's how we decide, looking at the transaction, checking which two items are being affected and with how much, and then depending on the category, if they are from this category, increase will be credited. If from these categories, these two categories, increase will be debited. So motor vehicle debited because motor vehicle increased. This increase in asset and debit on this side. Okay. Now cash decreased. Opposite to that is, we said only, we talked about increase because I didn't want to confuse you, but understand the automatic impact of the other case. If it is decrease, credit, decrease in this, debit. Okay. Now you paid cash 10,000, cash decreased, decrease in asset, cash, that is 10,000. So that account is being credited. Another example, you received loan, $100,000. Okay. Now what is happening here? Of course, in the form of cash. To make it clear, otherwise that was also clear. Received loan of 100,000 cash. Now what happened? Which are the two accounts being affected in this statement? Number one, loan. Number two, cash. What is loan? Come here. Try to recognize which category it is coming. Loan. Assets? No, loan is not an asset. Expense? No, it's not an expense, because expense is for the outflow of economic benefit during the period. Okay. Now this is something bit longer term. Loan, a present obligation, you have to pay it, settle it in future through some payment. So liability, it comes here, and this has increased. Loan on the financial position, balance sheet of the entity has increased. So that is an addition, increase in liabilities. So credit. We create a loan account. Liability, increase in liabilities, we agreed is credit. So it will come on credit side, 100,000. What is the other impact? Which other account is being affected? Cash. What happened to cash? Cash is increasing. You received 100,000 cash. Okay. And we agreed that increase in any asset is debit. Cash is an asset. You received a loan, you got cash. Cash increased. So debit. 100,000. This is just a brief concept. We'll do a comprehensive example of this in the next video. So I'm trying to keep it brief because this stuff, to me, if you know all these things and you are in the middle of something or not a beginner, it becomes a little boring. But we are coming to challenging topics as well. Now this is just easy stuff, but we'll move to the challenging topics in the coming videos, and basically here we are following ACCA syllabus, and I told the viewers in the first video that I will be following Kaplan publishers for reference. So I mean, if you are doing CA and there are topics which are not covered here, I will definitely analyze those topics and record additional separate videos for CA students. So for this video I think this is fine, and thanks a lot for watching this and your